Hello and welcome to Save the World podcast with AP, Anithia Powell, and
Kendra Calhoun, Casey.
AC. And we are here to talk about saving the world one family at a time.
Family at a time.
So, what we want to talk about this morning is we want to talk about, first of all, we want to honor and give tribute to Tito Jackson, a member of the Jackson Five family. As a background, he actually helped the Jackson Five get to where they are or where they were. This organization, or this, everybody knows the Jacksons, right? The Jackson Fives. I think it started off with the Jackson Five and then later known as the Jacksons. But they rose to fame in the late 60s and 70s. And we all know Michael Jackson. But Tito Jackson passed away this past September 15th. For those of you who don't know, he passed away and he had a heart attack. So our condolences goes out to their family and to the fans. So we want to give condolences, to everyone, on the late passing of Tito Jackson. So Kendra and I are here today to talk about, how can we learn lessons from, the death of celebrities, right? Or the death of anyone. It makes us reflect on our lives, right, Kendra? It makes us reflect on our lives and our preparedness for the future. And for some people, the unpreparedness of the future, right? If you're not prepared.
A lot of people.
So when it comes to preparing, Kendra, what is one way that, people can prepare for these unexpected deaths? We all know that we're going to leave from here one day. But what are some things, or what is a particular thing that we can do to make sure that we are properly prepared for these events like this?
Well, Anithia, my condolence goes out to anyone that has lost a family member. And unfortunately, we have so many people that are passing away lately. Well, it's unbelievable. But one of the things I feel like we can prepare, just like we talked about before, that we don't know, we know our birthday, but we don't know our death date. We don't know the day that we're going to get sick or wake up with an illness, So we got to also make sure that we have proper protection. And in some of our podcasts, we talked about the different protection that life insurance offer. And since this is Life Insurance Awareness Month, let's start talking about that, because we have so many different types of products that's out here. And I'm sure so many people get overwhelmed with those products. But if you pay attention to a lot of the sickness, like critical, chronic, terminal illness, there are products out here, what we call living benefits, that will provide you the right protection if something like that happens. Anita, aren't you familiar with living benefits?
Oh, absolutely. Very
exactly.
Yeah, very.
And so when we're talking about living benefits, that's something that needs to be on everyone that can qualify and get those type of protections. Everyone. So Anithia, tell me a little bit about what you feel when it comes to living benefits. How does that protect? And I know you have this on your family, but as we educate our audience, give me a little feedback as far as what you feel living benefits can do for our audience.
Absolutely. Well, just like Kendra has alluded to, having, it can be overwhelming, so many different products and so many different things out there. But getting a deeper understanding, which is why we created this podcast in the first place, is to give a deeper understanding of what all of these products are and what they really can do for a family. Now, in Tito's situation, Kendra, the life insurance that you talked about, life insurance is used for multiple reasons, not just one reason. It took care of him, of his family, because he's no longer here. So it takes care of you in death, But what you just mentioned, as far as the living benefits, now everybody who have a heart attack or who have a stroke or diagnosed with cancer, Kendra, as you well know, they don't die. So what if what if you have a heart attack and you don't die? Well, that's when your life insurance policy now it comes alive for you, and it pays you money so that you don't have to rush back to work, right? It pays you money so that you can do whatever it is that you need to do with those funds. So, no one wants to have a stroke or a heart attack or be diagnosed with cancer. But in the event that it happens, because every 30 to 40 seconds in our country, someone is having a heart attack, someone is having a stroke, Kendra, someone is being diagnosed with cancer every 30 to 40 seconds. So what this life insurance with living benefits can do, it can take care of you or your family if you die too soon. That's number one. Number two, it can take care of you if you have a critical or chronic illness like you just mentioned, Kendra. And thirdly, it can take care of you if you live too long, right? As far as being in retirement. That policy is multifold. I mean, it can do all of those things. So having the right type, Kendra, that living benefit, if a person have a life insurance policy, you have no idea what we're talking about, chances are you do not have the type with the living benefits. And that is so crucial. So, yeah.
And I would like to say, of course, we're still in September, so it's Life Insurance Awareness Month. Our next podcast, we're going to go deeper into the living benefits for you. So make sure you stay tuned to that. We're going to break that down because, like Anithia was saying, hey, when you have a critical chronic terminal illness and say you can't work, or if you're retired, it still impacts you because guess what? The bills keep coming, right? Just because you had a sickness or a heart attack, stroke, cancer, any of those things, guess what? The bills keep coming. Life still continues. Life still goes on. You still got to eat. You still got to pay your mortgage or your rent or, the bills. That is still there. Mm-hmm. So when we talk about these products like the living benefits, just think that someone can have a heart attack, get a $400,000 payout because of their illness, and use that money to apply it towards everyday needs, right? Absolutely. So these are some awesome products that we really want to expand on and go over for you. So Anithia, I know that in every policy you have, and she has probably about 20, she has living benefits associated with those policies. Because in the event of anything were to happen, that's like COVID. If you got COVID, you're in a bad car accident or any other critical chronic terminal illness, it jumps in and take care of you. Mm-hmm. And so our audience know that this exists. So please reach out to us and we can sit down with you and go into more details with you, how it can protect you and your family, your friends, and your community.
Absolutely. So what we want to do is we want to encourage each one of you to take advantage of Life Insurance Awareness Month in the month of September and evaluate what you have, all right? Because planning for your future is so critical, and let's take the death of Tito Jackson and other celebrities. Let that help to remind us that it's not just about financial security, but also about having a peace of mind for ourselves and for our families. So get informed, speak with a financial professional. Kendra's number is there, my number is there, reach out to us, right? And let's make sure that you are properly covered. This is how Kendra and I are helping to make sure that we are saving one family at a time. All right. Thank you. And we'll see you on the next podcast.